Welcome to Minnetonka, Minnesota. This is one of our favorite cities. We're excited to walk you guys through it on our channel, Your Guide to Living in the Twin Cities, where we talk about all things that have to do with living, eating, sleeping, breathing, having fun in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul and the suburbs. I'm Matt. And
I'm Alex.
We're here to talk about Minnetonka. So, Alex, if I'm new to the Twin Cities or I'm looking to make a move in the Twin Cities, tell me a little bit about Minnetonka.
Well, it's an awesome city. So it is the 18th largest city in the state of Minnesota, located on the west side of the Twin Cities, so a great location, really close to a lot of lakes, close to downtown Minneapolis.
Sure.
And a big thing to know is that it's a fairly affluent city too. Median household income is over $100,000 here, which is $20,000, a little bit more, over what is normal in Hennepin County. So there's a lot of good price points, a lot of good things to do in the city, a lot of good restaurants, parks, trails, beaches. So it is a really coveted area of the Twin Cities metro region. So
Minnetonka, right? I think a lot of people think Lake Minnetonka.
Yep, absolutely.
What's the relationship there?
So yeah, Lake Minnetonka is on the west side of Minnetonka, but Lake Minnetonka is massive. It sprawls through, I can't even tell you how many cities. There's so many. There's Excelsior, Shorewood, Wayzata. Like it's massive. Right. It's massive. So the big thing to know is that, yeah, it's named Lake Minnetonka, but Minnetonka only has a small part of the lake that actually is bordering the city.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just a big sprawl. But you do have direct access to Lake Minnetonka in the city of Minnetonka as well.
Awesome. So like Alex said, this is a really big city. It's one of the more popular areas that people like to move to. High household incomes, unfortunately, means high median price points of houses. I mean, as of the time of this recording, I don't want to throw a house number out there, but I can tell you on average, houses in the city of Minnetonka are about 25 to 30% higher than what you would pay in most parts of Hennepin County.
Absolutely.
And a big reason for that is that there's so much to do and so much support in the city itself, the amenities, the city parks and trails and that sort of stuff. And to be completely honest, the school.
Yeah. Like, fantastic school system in Minnetonka. You have the Minnetonka School District, you have Wayzata High School, Minnetonka High School, and even Hopkins High School.
Yep.
All three pretty darn good high schools in the state of Minnesota, and some of the bigger high schools too in the Twin Cities metro.
Right. So we're here in Minnetonka. We are on the Minnesota River Bluff Trail, which, as you can see, is kind of a gravel trail at this portion of where we are. This trail is super cool because you can get to anywhere in the Twin Cities.
Anywhere.
It connects to pretty much anything. And that's kind of a highlight of Minnetonka in general is, you know, we're talking it's a city that's 8 miles out of Minneapolis. Yeah. It's not that far away, but look, we're in the middle of nature. Like that is what you're gonna see throughout this entire city. So let's talk a little bit about housing. We mentioned already, expect to pay a little bit more if you're gonna move to Minnetonka. It's a more affluent, a more expensive city. Talk a little bit about housing. What kind of houses do you find in the city?
Yeah, absolutely. So there is about 40% to 50% of the community is single family homes. On top of that, there's another 10% or so that's townhouses.
Okay.
And then nearly 40% of the city is rental and apartment buildings. So as well as we talked about, a highly affluent kind of area, there's a lot of people who will pay high amounts of rent to live in this community because they have all the infrastructure that they could possibly want. A lot of great restaurants. You're interconnected. You're 8 miles into the Twin Cities.
Yep.
So there's a lot of different aspects of the city that attracts a lot of different people, from families to people who are, you know, just 1 to 2 bedroom apartments. But also in the community, we're looking at 10% of land that is still undeveloped, that is still planned for residential. So up to 60% of the community could end up being single family residential very, very soon.
I think it's their 2040 plan, right? So
yeah.
As the time of this recording, 20 years from now, the plan is to make more and more affordable, but also not affordable housing.
Yeah.
It's kind of the nature of the city. Talk a little bit about types of houses, year of build, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so it's kind of a mixed bag in Minnetonka. So what you get is a lot of communities, a lot of areas where you get the 1940s, 50s, 60s Rambler, one-story, 1.5-story homes. But you also have different communities in here that have kind of propped up in the last like 20 to 30 years.
Yeah.
And we have some really big 2-story houses. We have $1 million houses, $1 million neighborhoods in here. So it really is a good mix of everything in this community where you can find different price points that will work for you. So even though the cost of living is a little bit higher in this city, you can still, as you know, a family with a $100,000 income each year, you can still live in the city and be very comfortable in a lot of these great areas.
I think one of the things that I personally love about Minnetonka is when you drive through the neighborhoods, when you're looking to find the next place that you want to live, there is no real cookie cutter portion of the city. Where you get closer into Minneapolis, it's the grid system.
Yep.
Right? St. Paul, the grid system. It's rectangular blocks, houses right next to each other.
Yep.
Minnetonka is like this nature area, acreage, big mature trees.
Well, it's crazy, Matt, because just us driving over to this trail system, how many hills and how many rolling neighborhoods did we go through?
Yeah.
It was everything. So it's a lot of good topography in the city of Minnetonka too, which makes the neighborhoods kind of irregular and a little unconventional, but it gives a character. And you, like you said, you're not getting a cookie cutter neighborhood. You're not getting the grid system. You're really getting a lot of unique properties and unique lots everywhere.
Yep. Super cool. You know, one of the other things that people really love about the city, we mentioned the trail systems already and the parks, the amenities and the things to do here. Minnetonka happens to be home to Ridgedale Mall, which is one of the top shopping malls in all of the Twin Cities. You've got a couple other commercial retail type spaces intermixed throughout the city. And then after that, it's open space. It's neighborhoods, it's parks. It's like there's core clusters to do your shopping. And then after that, it's just families and living, which I think a lot of people really, really dig. What would you say if you had to list out your top 4 things about living in Minnetonka? What would it be?
Yeah, I would say the number one, it's an incredibly family-friendly city. So there's a lot of trails, a lot of parks, some beaches, a lot of really good areas for families to grow up. Good school systems would be my second one. Really, really good schools, Minnetonka, Hopkins, Wayzata schools. Fantastic school district to be a part of.
Make sure you know which school district the house falls in, though.
Yes,
depending
exactly.
on which one you want to be in.
Although those school districts are all pretty good, there's definitely some that are more coveted than others.
Yep.
For academics and for sports and whatnot. But and then I would say the third biggest thing I like is that there are so many things to do. There are so many places to eat, places to go out as a family.
You know, and I'll take the cons because Alex doesn't like talking about cons. I think the biggest con to Minnetonka, honestly, is going to be just the price tags. You're talking anywhere from 25 to 30% higher houses, you know, median price point, which means that, you know, absolute dollar amount, it's going to be much higher price tag to even live in the city here. That being said, there is a big movement in the city of Minnetonka to get more affordable housing, more townhouses, more condos, more apartments that we already talked about. And so I think the city recognizes they want a broader spectrum of people here that caters to all sorts of anybody, right? Married, single, families, no families, etc.
Yeah.
So I think price tag is going to be the most expensive or the biggest con to the city. Other than that, you know, I struggle with cons sometimes because I think Minnetonka is a great place to live.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't like 494, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when it comes down to it, it's, Minnetonka's in a great place because it is connected to a lot of great arteries in the Twin Cities to get places. You have 494, 169, Highway 100.
Yeah.
But with all those comes
traffic.
Some tough traffic during rush hour, which you're gonna get that in any suburb in the Twin Cities too.
Yep.
So,
you know, again, being so close to Minneapolis, you find a lot of people move to Minnetonka that work in Minneapolis. In fact, the #1 employment city of the residents of Minnetonka is Minneapolis. Say that 10 times fast, you're gonna start mixing the two up. But you've got a lot of people that want to be a little further up from the city, which makes sense. We've talked about this in other videos. Minnetonka is such a good spot for that.
Yeah.
That being said, Minnetonka has some huge companies here. You absolutely can live in the city and work in the city. You've got United Health Group. Optum has offices in Minnetonka. Retail in general makes up about 11% of the total workforce in Minnetonka. There are just big industrial parks all along 494 that are full of offices, small family offices.
Yep.
It is a very busy, commerce-heavy, employment-heavy city. In fact, unemployment in the city as of this video is 1.2%, which is insane. And we already mentioned, on average, people in the city of Minnetonka are going to make a pretty decent living. So if you are moving here for work, or if you're looking for work, if employment is something that you care about, Minnetonka is absolutely a place you should check out. So there you go. That is our recap of the city of Minnetonka. The rest of this video is going to show you guys some of the highlights and what is it like to live here. We mentioned the housing and how unique that is.
Absolutely.
We'll go through some of the neighborhoods for you guys. If you or anyone you know is looking to move to Minnetonka or the Twin Cities in general, let us know. This is what we do. We love to help people out. Alex is the king at helping people find houses. I just do videos. No, I do real estate a little bit too. But let us know. Our contact info is in the description for the video. We'd love to help you guys. And until next time, check out some of our other videos on Minnetonka, the other cities in the western portion of the Twin Cities. And have fun. Thanks, Alex. This was great.
Absolutely. Thanks, Matt. Yeah. Thank you for visiting again, your guide to living in the Twin Cities.
Take care.